Welcome back. It's 4:45 on your Wednesday, halfway through your work week here, and the weather not looking too bad today, honestly. It is going to be a classic summertime day along the Gulf Coast. It is summertime after all. Fall doesn't officially start until the 23rd of September. Here's what today looks like. I have us up to around 92, 93 this afternoon, so yes, it will be plenty warm. There will be a breeze out of the east, especially if you're near some water, so that'll feel nice, but a warm one today and only a 20% chance of an isolated shower. We do have showers this morning. If you're watching us over on the Mississippi coast or down here along the Louisiana coast, there are a few coastal showers. A closer look, some of those showers trying to get into the Mississippi Sound, one just off of Bay St. Louis there and one over towards Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and some isolated sprinkles down in the Biloxi marshy areas and down towards Lower Plaquemines. So overall today, showers will be more widespread in the Gulf, but as you get inland, more isolated. That's your 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow, a different story. I've bumped up our rain chances. Scattered storms are looking more likely as we go through your Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening as a weak cool front enters the picture. Now, these storms tomorrow, it will be hot enough during the afternoon that these could produce some strong wind gusts later on in the day, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. One thing we are looking forward to, though, that weak front moves in and then dry air following behind, so it's going to start to feel less humid as we go into Friday, Saturday, and especially towards your Sunday. It's going to start to feel a lot nicer. And so we'll look forward to that. We're also looking forward, there's no tropical threats in the Gulf of Mexico for the rest of this week or the weekend. We are going to be tracking Tropical Storm Lee here. This does not look like a Gulf of Mexico problem, but it's one that the East Coast should still monitor long range. It's still a long ways out here, and there still are some uncertainties in the forecast. It is strengthening, and it is strengthening fast, and that's going to be the really crazy thing about Lee over the next coming days or so. Notice we have it as a hurricane later on, maybe today into tomorrow, and then blowing up. Category 2, Category 3, Category 4, and yep, a Category 5 is not out of the question. I was just looking at some models. Some models have winds over 170 to 180 miles an hour by the time we get into the weekend. Now, the good news is most trends do keep this north of our Caribbean islands, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands and all the others. So that would be good news, but they're still monitoring this very, very closely. And then while it looks like it's making a straight line towards the U.S., it still looks like it's probably going to begin to make that curve by next Monday or Tuesday. And that's as this ridge starts to weaken. Now, whether the East Coast gets impacts from this or not is still a big, big question. It all has to do with the timing of this trough. If this trough is too quick or if this trough is too slow, that opens up the opportunity for this thing to get a little too close to the East Coast, maybe up into New England, maybe into the Canada Maritime. So if you're along the East Coast, it's not a guarantee this is going to be your problem. There's a big chance that maybe this curves out to sea and isn't. That would be good, but if they have plans to head to the East Coast here over the next, we'll say towards the end of next week, 7 to 10 days from now, this is something to certainly keep an eye on to make sure it does make that turn. It is not written in stone that this thing curves out to sea. Now, Bermuda, you're definitely keeping an eye on this. So we'll keep you updated right now. Once again, that is not going to be a Gulf of Mexico issue. And for us, our tropics stay quiet. We're actually looking forward to that slightly drier air mass moving in by Friday. And then for your weekend here, there may be an isolated shower or two. But overall, Leslie, I'm liking the forecast this weekend for Saint Sunday, a high of 93, a little less humid, not feeling too bad. And that morning, maybe some upper 60s north of the lake if you're going to be tailgating.